The energy transition is affecting armed forces worldwide. They contribute to climate change but are also faced with its consequences. More frequent extreme climate events will affect the operational capacity of military installations and operations, as well as cause instability within Europe and at its border. In its sobering climate change and security impact assessment released in June 2022, NATO recognized climate change as an overarching challenge of our time that calls for fundamental transformation of NATO's approach to defense and security. During the first high-level dialogue on climate and security at the NATO summit in Madrid that same month, NATO Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg pushed this call to action further. He announced the Allies' ambition to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by at least 45% by 2030, down to net zero by 2050. The aim is to ensure that NATO maintains its operational effectiveness and readiness in a more environment-friendly way. Opportunities for armed forces to maintain and even enhance operational effectiveness and readiness whilst reducing their climate footprint are expanding. Quick wins for climate-proofing the armed forces revolve around infrastructure and logistics in military installations. To reduce emissions in the short term, these areas can benefit from dual-use technologies with no impact on their effectiveness. Low-carbon heating and cooling systems, electricity generation, as well as water purification and reuse can strengthen climate mitigation and adaptation efforts. The decarbonization of operations and weapons technology has a longer lead time. In the short term, opportunities exist for light equipment, which can benefit from dual-use technologies such as hybrid vehicles and platforms or biofuel blends. For heavy equipment, a different approach is needed, one informed by public-private cooperation and investment in research. Public and private actors must ensure their policies, funding, personnel, and innovation pathways enable armed forces to take climate action, whilst enhancing military operational effectiveness. The government must also ensure it creates a sense of urgency in the defence sector for climate action. For instance, including climate change in the yearly risk assessments. Funding must be targeted to climate-proofing the military, whilst procurement rules must account for reducing emissions at all stages of the supply chain. Having established this framework, the role of the defence industry is to innovate and improve operational effectiveness, whilst reducing the climate footprint of the military. The call to decarbonise at all costs must be replaced with incentives to green innovation to reduce costs and improve operational capability. By streamlining cooperation between major defence contractors and small and medium-sized enterprises, innovation will be stimulated.